Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Haley. It's time for another declutter. This one is going to be foundations and primers. And you guys, after this, I think I only have one more for you. So this declutter series is rapidly coming to an end. If you're interested in seeing what I decided to keep and what I decided to pass on, just keep watching. Let's start here. This is my Dior Air Flash, my beloved Dior Air Flash. This has been discontinued, unfortunately. I think it's probably for good reason. It's probably because of like other issues with aerosol spray cans. You know how there's been lots of recalls. I'm holding on to this for dear life. I still use it for special occasion makeup. This is seriously my favorite foundation of all time. There's a couple different ways you could put it onto a sponge. You could put it onto a brush. That's normally how I did it. And yeah, I'm really sad. This is in shade 1N. Not a perfect shade match for me, but it really kind of blended in with the skin once you had it on for a while, plus your other products. I actually wore this on my wedding day. So this is probably a can that, like, even once it's out, I'll probably still keep the packaging. I have a little section of, just makeup memories and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep this, especially because it's not done yet. And it's really expensive. Sephora supposedly had a dupe from their own line at one time. I don't know if they still make that. If they do, I could try it. But the problem is that Sephora will not ship aerosol cans to Hawaii. So every time I bought these, I had to actually like go fly. I didn't do, not specifically for Sephora, but like if I had to fly to Oahu for something, I would go to Sephora and I would buy like sometimes 2 or 3 of these. I know, really expensive, just to tide me over for like over a year. So I'm definitely going to keep this. All right, next we have the Becca, so that tells you something. What is this called? Backlight Priming Filter. I bought this because Allie Glines at one time listed it as one of her favorite products. Gosh, I mean, that was years ago. I think I've had this, it might be 2 years, but it might be close to 3 years. Obviously, Becca doesn't even exist anymore. So yeah, this is really pretty product, but I mean, it's so old. Becca doesn't exist, so I need to declutter this one. Oh, I did want to try this though. I was thinking the other day that this product here, this is the Physicians Formula Liquid Highlighter, is actually really similar to this product. So let's swatch them side by side. This is a much newer product to me, but I'm loving it. Oh, not exactly the same, but not that different. This one's maybe a little bit darker, but they look pretty darn similar. It's just like more of a different shade, but I think the effect on the skin is almost the same. So if you loved the Becca, I think that the liquid highlighter is really similar. And honestly, both of them were super fragranced. So you're not really getting anything better. It's just a different scent. I think I might like the Physicians Formula scent even better. But yeah, that is so cool. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, so I'm glad I finally got to swatch them next to each other. That's cool. Okay, the House Labs foundation, the Triclone Skin Tech foundation that was so viral. I said I was going to return this. You guys, it never happened. It sat in my car for a long time. I think part of it is because we don't have a Sephora here that I can go return it to, so I'd have to mail it back and I have to like get a box, get packaging for it. It's not like with Amazon, how you can just go to the UPS store and just literally hand them the product and the QR code and they do everything else. For Sephora, you actually have to like find a box, pack it, print out the label, put the label on it. It's first world problems, but I was just too lazy to do it. Although that being said, I watched another video of Allie Glines talking about this product and she said she didn't used to like it and then she found out she needed to be using much less. So I guess I will keep it and I'm gonna try it 1 or 2 more times and we'll just see. But it did sit in my car for a long time, so I don't know. Hey, e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. The product everyone loves. It's a nice product. The shade is too dark for me. That doesn't really bother me because I'm going to be putting makeup over it. And it actually is a really nice product, but it's just a little bit too glowy for me. And also, I think it breaks me out. Someone on Instagram, I think, told me that this has sunflower oil in it and that can break people out pretty badly. And I think that's the case for me because this definitely breaks me out. I'm gonna declutter this. So I'm probably one of the few people that does not like this product. And while we're at it, talking about e.l.f. products that break me out, this is the e.l.f. Whoa Glow that honestly, this one too, I really love. I love the effect that it has on the skin. It's super blurring, but this breaks me out even worse than the liquid filter. It is not the vibe for me. There's something in it. I think because it's a chemical sunscreen, right? there's something in this that breaks me out really badly, so I'm just gonna declutter this. I've tried it enough times. I know it's this, so I'm gonna get rid of this. This Revlon Skin Caring Foundation. Guys, this is way too light for me, I think. I haven't even tried it, but when I swatch it, this is in 105. Guys, this is oh yeah, that's like almost white. This is way too light for me. And to put it in perspective, like the True Match is a pretty darn good shade match for me. It's light, but it is pretty good. Like even that is significantly darker than the Revlon. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm gonna keep the Revlon and try to maybe I might have a friend who this matches, but I don't know. You know what? No, I don't know. I don't think I know anybody who's more fair than me. So I am going to, I guess, try to donate this to someone or a shelter or something because it's brand new. I haven't even really used it. I've just swatched it. So I'm going to try to find a home for this one. So going back to the L'Oreal True Match, you guys, I am so impressed by this foundation. I have not found a lot of drugstore foundations that I like, but I really like this one. It's a thinner formula, which is not always my favorite, but what I have to say about this is when you're putting it on, it almost looks like, oh, I don't think this is looking great. But once it has kind of warmed up on your skin for a while, this actually looks really beautiful throughout the day. My mom and I are talking about doing a video together where I put makeup on her, and I was thinking of using this foundation on her because it just seems like it would work for a lot of different people. And it really does look beautiful throughout the day, and you can build it up. You can put kind of more light coverage. You can build up the coverage more. It's a natural finish. So I am really liking this, and I always love having a drugstore foundation just for videos and stuff, and this is one I really like, so I'm going to keep this one. The number 7 Airbrush Away, I don't even know if they make this anymore. So this is a few years old. I bought this because of Taylor Wynn, and she was totally right. I mean, it's supposed to be like a CC kind of product, but in reality, it's way too dark. And this is, I think, the lightest shade or the universal shade. Oh yeah, this is the lightest shade. And obviously, it's way too dark, but it did blend in with your skin tone really well, actually, once it was blended out. And this one, she would say, like, really fills in your pores. It totally does. I used this for a long time just in the T-zone, and it really did a beautiful job of filling in pores, but it's so old at this point, like it's even just looking gross on my hand, and I don't even know if they make this anymore, so I am going to declutter this one. Tarte Face Tape. You guys, this one is another one that I think is just a little bit too light for me, for one. And this is one of the most full coverage foundations I've ever used. It's one of the foundations where I actually feel like I'm wearing a mask when I put it on. And I've tried this many times. I mean, I think I look flawless. If I was doing like photography or something, I think that this would be a good one. But for everyday life, it just, for one thing, it's too light. And then it just looks like I'm wearing a mask, which is not something I normally say with foundations because I like full coverage. But this is like opaque full coverage. So I'm going to declutter this one. I've used it enough. I know that I'm just not reaching for it. Okay, we have my beloved Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. This is a glowy primer that I love as opposed to that e.l.f. one. This one is definitely a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, but with just a little bit less glow to it than that one. And I kind of like that because I tend to get oily throughout the day, so it's nice to have something a little bit more subtle. This is a beautiful product. This is the second one that I've owned. I've owned 00 and 01, and both of them work for me. So I'm definitely keeping this, and I feel like I would definitely repurchase. I like this a lot. Talk about another foundation that I love a lot. I feel like this was in a recent favorites video. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. This foundation is beautiful. Gives a beautiful coverage, gives a beautiful radiance to the skin. It lasts all day. It's a good shade for me. This is shade 140 Porcelain, and it's really just gorgeous. I love this one. The coverage is amazing for how like just radiant it is too. So I highly recommend this one. I like it a lot. Let's go to a powder foundation. So this is the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation, which I do really like, in 120N. So I actually have two here. I have 120N. and I have 140W. See, right now 140W isn't looking that dark, but I feel like it is too dark for me. I do really like this though. This is nice to just kind of set the whole face. So this one is a little bit too dark, but this one is a little bit too light, but the lightness is less noticeable than the darkness. I'm gonna declutter the darker one and keep the lighter one. We have the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is a mini size. I got this free with a Sephora order, and I've so changed my mind about this product. I love it. I think it does a fantastic job. I get why everyone likes it now. I actually really like this mini size. I kind of want to get another one just for traveling and stuff, but I'm definitely keeping this. I've used most of it up, but I'm keeping it till the very end because I really like it. The L'Oreal Pore Minimizer. You guys, so many people love this, and especially Jessica Braun, who I absolutely adore. This just doesn't work for me. Well, I shouldn't say that. This works if you're using it really sparingly on targeted areas. Beyond that, this pills up so badly when you put foundation over it, and it's such a shame because it actually fills in your pores really, really well. The pore filling part of it, it works so well, but then you try to put foundation on it and you just can't. You're like beating your face with a sponge trying to pounce in all the areas that are pilling up. So I'm going to stop trying this and finally just declutter it. And on the flip side, this is the Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. It looks like it's weird. That's just stains on the outside from me using it. So this is their new Liquid Putty Primer. This, on the other hand, I don't think this fills in pores as well as the L'Oreal Pore Minimizer, but it does a pretty darn good job. And this one doesn't have any pilling. The only thing I will say about this one is that it definitely mattifies your skin. So I would only use this in like the T-zone. I personally wouldn't use this all over unless you're really oily and you want to be matte all over. But this works really well and I'm liking it a lot. So I'm going to keep this one. Okay, here is the concealer that I'm decluttering. I've used a lot of it up. Honestly, it's just not the right shade for me. And I love this concealer, but you know when something's just not the right shade, it's hard to like it. You know what I mean? So I try to use this under the eyes and it's just entirely too dark for that. And I can't really use it as like a liquid highlight or anything like that. So I'm just going to finally declutter it. I've used a lot of it up, so I don't feel bad doing that. Okay, we're down to 3. J-Cat Aquasurance. I love this. This definitely gives a really, really pretty glow to the skin too. If you get oily like me, this might not be a product you want to wear all day, or you might want to like halfway through the day put a different powder in the T-zone that's a little bit more mattifying, but it does give a gorgeous glow to the skin and it's really pretty. I like to keep this even though it's kind of dark. This is one I like to have. Like right now I'm pretty tan just because it's summertime. I've been outside a lot, but my foundations are still light. So I like to use this to kind of even the whole thing out. So I'm definitely going to keep this one. I like it a lot. It's so soft. I mean, this is such a good product. There's a reason why so many people love it. It's just a beautiful product. It's a little bit too dark, and they do make a lighter one, which I can't find right now here on the Big Island, but if I see it, I'll pick it up. But I'm still going to keep this because I like it for when I'm pretty tan, like right now. Okay, we have the matte putty primer. You guys, I'm warning you right now, this is really gross. I'm going to declutter it. See, this is why I'm happy that they came up with this new liquid packaging, because it just gets gross. Look, I got like SPF in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just gross. I hit pan on it already. Like, I'm just going to declutter this one. But it's great because in that same e.l.f. order where I got the free Power Grip Primer, I got this cute little putty primer trio. And this would be great for traveling, and there is a matte one in there. So if I feel like using it, which I do get in moods, I love the matte poreless putty primer, so I'm sure I will want to. There's that one, there's the regular one, and then there's the green one. I wonder if it says it on here. I haven't even opened this, you guys. Yeah, so this is the original poreless universal. So cute. This would be perfect for traveling. And then here is the matte universal. And this one is the, luminous universal. I've never tried the luminous one either, so I'll have to try this one. So yeah, I'm excited because I have these and I'm probably gonna put them back in the box, but I don't have to worry about decluttering this one because I do have a little mini backup here. So I'm obviously gonna be keeping this. I am keeping 13. I'm gonna be keeping 13 foundations and primers, and I'm gonna be decluttering 10. Okay, that's a pretty good number. Wow, I had that many. I had 23. Wow, that's a lot. I'm going to be decluttering 10, whether it's like giving it to other people, actually throwing it away, passing it on, and then I'm going to be keeping 13. So this is a very good feeling. I'm basically cutting this collection here in half. So I feel good about this. All right, that's all, folks. Like I said, only one more declutter. The next declutter is interesting. It's kind of a miscellaneous of like mascaras, eyeliners, eyebrow products. It's a whole drawer of mishmash things, so I'm excited to share that with you guys as well. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. It does help out my channel. I hope that you'll also subscribe and join us here. If you're already subscribed, I hope you'll hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.